Let's talk about the Facebook adpocalypse. You know what? This is actually making me so happy. This is like as crazy as these words coming out of my mouth are going to sound. This feels like what responsible capitalism might look like. Okay?
What a stream. What a WAN show.
I know. Okay, I know, but hear me out. For the first time in its history, Facebook is facing an organized boycott from advertisers.
So we're seeing people voting with their wallets potentially towards these companies. So these companies feel like they need to vote with their wallets towards Facebook.
With their big wallets against Facebook. So as of July 1st, 240 companies across many industries have signed on to the hashtag Stop Hate for Profit campaign. These include Hershey, Honda, Verizon, Target, Ben & Jerry's, Dashlane, Eddie Bauer, JanSport, Levi Strauss & Co., Madewell, Magnolia Pictures, Mozilla, The North Face, Patagonia, Patreon, SAP, Upwork, Kind, it's a health snack brand apparently, and Sony, which reportedly said on July 2nd it would suspend ads on Facebook and Instagram through the end of the month.
Why does every single company not have a description and then Kind is like health snack brand?
No, I'd never heard of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kind founder Daniel Lubetsky, whatever, it doesn't matter. If Facebook doesn't take visible, measurable, and assertive efforts to effectively prevent the promotion of hate, division, defamation, and misinformation by this year's end, we will feel compelled to evaluate indefinitely suspending our investments in Facebook until they do so. Some companies.
So you think this is good? You promote this. You like this, right? That's what you were saying.
What I like about it is companies taking a freaking stand for a change.
Okay, but so the direction I was going in with that, I guess, is that you want Facebook to censor things that have to do with hate, division, defamation, and misinformation.
I don't necessarily. I think censor is the wrong word, but I think that Facebook could absolutely do more. I think they could do more to. How do I put this?
Flag content as questionable or something.
Yes.
Or what? Because there's an interesting argument here.
Yes.
That we are moving into a realm where corporations, large corporations that deal in information.
Yes.
Social media networks are to a certain degree essentially information brokers.
Yep.
Large corporations that deal in information are, due to this, going to directly control the information that you receive. We're completely, maybe they're controlling in this realm, maybe they're controlling it in a good way. Hopefully all the misinformation is actually misinformation. Hopefully all the hate speech, all that kind of stuff, they get rid of it because harassment online is like a really big deal.
Yeah, kind of.
Like it actually is, especially if you're like someone of prominent figure, because you get all these voices hitting you at the same time. Division is a massive thing right now. The whole world is extremely divided, all that kind of stuff. Maybe right now it's going in the good direction, but we are pushing companies to take control of narratives and to control conversations and to decide what information we should and should not get. Companies, not only not governments, but like corporations that are going to financially benefit off of controlling this information are now being pushed to do so.
So here's the issue. What they're being pushed to do is do a better job of it, because frankly, that's something they're already doing anyway. So if the ship has sailed already,
they were trying to do so less, and then people got mad. As far as I know, I could be wrong about this.
So I think a big part of what has prompted this is Facebook's extremely lax policies with respect to political ads. So they're allowing blatantly false, provably false information to be micro-targeted. And as we talked about on a previous WAN show, Facebook has ad target groups as granular as, you know, people who believe in misinformation. You know, people, what was that category that we talked about? I forget. This was a couple months ago. Do you remember?
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was, but so
do you think you would prefer like a basically a mass banning of pseudoscience? A bunch of people in Twitch chat are saying pseudoscience.
Oh,
so
man, yeah, pseudoscience. That was it. That was the word. Yep.
Thank you, chat. So you're talking more of a mass banning or blockage of the category?
We got to be careful with the words, because when you say censor or ban or block, that's not what I'm asking for. What I'm asking is that in the age of information, people should have access to the best information that they can. And right now, one of the biggest problems we have is that it's very difficult to get the right answer when you ask the wrong question, right? Because it's really simple to find good information if your Google foo is strong. But here's something that I encountered the other day. Yeah, here we go. I sent an email to a friend of mine because I needed to talk to someone about this. Subject line, just learned about shungite. Have you ever heard of shungite?
I heard about it through a Dr. Disrespect meme. It's like some rock or something, isn't it?
Basically.
That people think is powerful for some reason.
So what happened was I Googled WTF is shungite, not literally that, but I basically Googled shungite, and I got this sort of, you know how Google will have commonly asked questions about it, and then the answers, right? Like that's a pretty normal thing. So here are some of the commonly asked questions about shungite. What is shungite used for? Does shungite really work? Can shungite be harmful? How long does shungite last? And how do you recharge shungite? If I were to click on something like, does shungite really work? And I were to get, this is great. And I were to get, this is an elevated answer. This is effectively a promoted answer on Google. This is from a site called blog.shoplc.com, and it says, if you purchase a quality shungite product that contains high amounts of carbon and fullerenes, then it'll be effective at absorbing the radiation. It stands to reason that the more shungite you have around sources of radiation, the better job it is likely to do.
Only the high quality stuff though, dude.
This is not the kind of answer that I am expecting. I am expecting to have at least two different answers to that question. One based on that there is no research to suggest that shungite is going to heal your body in any meaningful way. And one from someone who is clearly promoting this stuff, saying that, yeah, definitely buy more. The more you have, the better. Then there's sort of what I'm talking about with respect to asking the wrong questions. So if you ask a question like, how do you recharge shungite? What you really need to know is that this is pseudoscience, magic crystals nonsense. But instead, the answer that I get from KarelianHeritage.com is to recharge shungite. You can leave it.
Karelian Heritage?
I know, it's so close to Karen.
Like from Karelia?
No, it's spelled differently.
Okay.
So here's how to recharge shungite. To do it, you can leave it for a day under direct sunlight or for a night under moonlight. Use the smoke from sage and incense or fire from a candle. Wash it under pure water or dig it in a natural soil for a couple of hours. Recharge it with the power crystals such as selenite, amethyst, or quartz.
The power crystals.
With the power crystals. And so, for me, what's really important is that someone researching shungite is not getting information from people who are selling shungite. Or if they are also getting information from people who are not selling shungite. And one of the problems with misinformation is that it's so profitable and it's so prominent these days that it almost becomes an unwinnable game of whack-a-mole, because real scientists that have actual important work to do cannot be running around disproving every nonsense claim that someone comes up with. I mean, what happened to the burden, just the concept of the burden of proof? The burden of proof is on whoever is making an affirmative statement.
Yeah, okay. So I guess
I want more
my
information.
competing thing here.
Yeah.
You want more information.
Yes.
But like Google can't control, like how is Google going to control what you click on? Maybe they go like, hey, here's an article that pertain, like in this situation, you asked how to recharge it. So maybe what they do is, hey, here's an article on this person saying that you need to burn some incense and
put it in under
dance
the moon
in a circle and click your fingers or something. And then they also suggest another one that talks against it. I mean, had like, but this is a controversial topic. Check out this.
This is a controversial topic, and you know, whether you link to an authoritative source like Mayo Clinic or something like that. Again, though, I don't know that that's a perfect solution, because part of the problem with science is that it gets it wrong a lot.
Which is fine.
But people have to understand that science is a pursuit of knowledge, not a definitive having of knowledge. And good scientists, there are bad scientists. There are scientists that treat it like a religion, like it's unquestionable. But science is questioning what we're told. That's the entire point of it. So, yeah, we've got people saying more information is as bad as only displaying the biased information. You overload the user and they ignore it all. Well, if they ignore Shungite, then that's fine. I think that's probably okay. And so, okay. So Varial says, how on earth is Google going to manually vet millions of questions? Well, I don't think they have to. I think that you can paint with relatively broad strokes. So all of those questions about Shungite can be fairly simply redirected to, kind of like what Wikipedia does, where it's like a disambiguation article. It's like, hey, so you're asking this question, but for your reference, here's an authoritative source that basically says, at this point in time, there is no reasonable evidence to suggest that Shungite does anything, whether it's in a charged or discharged state, and you sort of buy it at your own risk. It's probably not going to hurt you in much the same way that, drawing a special magic circle on the floor of your bathroom before you have a bath isn't going to hurt you. It's just probably a waste of your time and therefore money.
But what is to stop someone in the pro-Shunganite community from saying that they are
Shunganite?
Is that not what it's called? Shungite? Sorry, I don't know. I don't know this stuff.
Sure.
It's just whatever. From claiming that they are a researcher and that they have, because there's some, I don't remember what exactly it was. I believe she ended up on Dr. Phil, but there was some lady that made this drink that you were supposed to drink, and I believe it got rid of no, I don't believe it did this. I believe it was claimed that it got rid of cancer or something, and it was this like horrible drink that like rotted out your body. I don't remember what it was called, Jilly Juice or something like that. She claimed to be a researcher. She published books on this. Jilly Juice. Jilly Juice. Yeah, this looks like it. This is it.
Jilly Juice. How do I spell that?
Jilly juice.
Okay. Oh, wow, they're still around.
Yeah. So Wikipedia, when you go to the Jilly Juice Wikipedia article, says this article is a part of a series on alternative and pseudo medicine. But they're not like directly being like, yeah, this is obviously. They did say alternative and pseudo, but that's as far as they went. It is claimed by its proponents to be able to cure an assortment of conditions, including cancer and autism, as well as regenerate missing limbs, reverse the effects of aging, and oh boy, and quote unquote, cure homosexuality.
Oh boy.
The juice, composed of a mixture of water, salt, fermented cabbage or kale, is claimed to blah 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 blah. It's terrible, and it like is horrible to take. Apparently, it tastes disgusting, and it just like rots you out from the inside. Drinking jelly juice is so efficacy on Wikipedia. It says drinking jelly juice is ineffective in treating ailments and cause serious harm, including extreme dehydration and
Right.
salt poisoning or death due to its high sodium content. Like, this stuff is horrible. It's terrible. The claims that it makes are horrible. The effects of it are horrible. Like, it's dangerous and horrible.
Yes.
But I believe the lady that invented it has published books and claims she is a researcher. So how, as a search engine or a social media website, do you get rid of this stuff? Because she was going the like science route. Obviously, other a little bit less forms of science have been like, no, it can kill you.
Yeah.
But like, it's horrible. Someone in chat said not peer reviewed though. I mean, she could probably find a peer to peer review it.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of
But
part of the problem is there's so much money to be made in magic remedies that, you know, it's just a matter of finding, you know, like, let's look, you know, population of North America is what, in the neighborhood of like 400 to 500 million people or something like that. The odds of finding a handful of unethical enough people to sell their soul for a few $1 million seems pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, is this something that needs more? The problem for me is that, you know, it's not easy to say, okay, well, you know, hey, we just need more government regulation of this stuff, because unfortunately that can create its own completely separate set of problems. I mean, let's look at what happened with the whole net neutrality debate, which should not have been a debate, should never have been a partisan issue. And for whatever reason, you know, ends up with two sides where, for better or for worse, one of them is arguing that red is orange and the other one is arguing that red is blue. And it doesn't seem like if we can agree on a reality that it's possible to move forward on a solution to our real problems. So there, I don't have the solution, but I do think that I do agree that Facebook could be doing more.
Okay.
There.
I have noticed that almost every time we've looked at one of these things, Wikipedia has done something.
They did something.
Like with Jilly Juice, there was a big thing in the corner being like, this is alternative and pseudo whatever.
Yep.
With Shungite, if you look up Shungite, Wikipedia is the first result. And someone said that there was a thing, but now that I clicked on it, I don't see anything.
Yeah, I don't see anything about... I actually don't see anything about the... Oh, wait, no, uses. Has been used as a folk medical treatment since the early 18th century. Okay, antibacterial properties. Okay, make use of water purifying, which he
so it says that like the rest of it, well, the only thing that it says is confirmed is the antibacterial properties of Shungite have been confirmed by modern testing.
Okay, but it does not acknowledge anything else at all. So actually, in this case, Wikipedia has not seemingly really done much of anything to dispel any disproven.
It's an incredibly difficult
or unproven
thing to do. Click on the talk page. I don't do a lot of this. Where's the talk? Oh, okay. It's a tab in the top left-hand corner.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Coronavirus 5G conspiracy theory. Oh, lordy. Oh, Shungite can defend against the harms of 5G in relation to coronavirus. That's a good one. Oh,
that's an amazing sentence.
My brain hurts so much. Okay, Ryan says, I love how a moment ago you were simping for capitalism, but now suddenly can't stop talking about the blatant issues of late-stage capitalism, LMAO. here's a clue, Ryan. I'm gonna give you one for free. It's not as simple as one way versus the other way. Ever.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Why don't we move on to another topic here? Let's see. Yeah, let's just move on to another topic here.
So, anyways, my thing was basically just that it's tough. Having done the tiny amount of stuff through the forum and whatever other stuff I've done, it's really tough. Because anytime you're like, yeah, this is obvious, just shut that up. It's like, well, okay, there's essentially infinite other examples. And how do you filter this stuff properly? There's also going to be people that disagree with you sometimes, and you can't just say that you are always right about everything, because there's no way that's true. So it's like, it's rough. Anyways, yeah, let's move on.
What a great YouTube channel idea. This has got to exist already. Like, just trying miracle cures.
I think it does. I feel like I've heard of a YouTuber that does that, but
I searched for miracle cure reviews, and it seems like some people have done some miracle cure like reviews, but I don't see like just a channel that's been elevated to the top here. A lot of it's about miracle hair treatment, which seems to be a specific product, or miracle gel, which is a nail polish.
One of the scary things about this is like stuff like the Jilly Juice, like it can just kill you.
Yeah.
So like you're essentially doing medical trials on yourself without the potential. Well, I guess maybe the potential of the betterment.
Maybe the potential. Like, yeah.
I didn't even mean of it working. No, I'm not worried about that part.
Okay.
I meant like, because like medical trials, when you sign up for medical trials, you get paid, sure, but you also have the potential of bettering humanity if they discover something like super valuable, right? But like some miracle cure junk. Like,
I mean, hey, Luke, you know what? I mean, we discovered cheese from like scraping fermented junk off of a rock in a cave or something like that. Or is it cottage cheese? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's a matter of time before these yahoos discover an actual cure to something.
Canada had some rotten bread. We went really far with that. The insulin or something?
Oh, I don't remember.